What's up guys? Today we're playing Epic 7 and it's the last day of the crafting event. So we're going to go in and we are going to craft some gear. If we have time, we're going to go into the arena gear and craft that as well. But I thought it would be just fun to kind of come in. What I want to do is I want to upgrade my Arbiter Vildred and put him onto Torrent set. So we're going to get him onto a Torrent pair of boots. We're going to go with speed and I'm gonna hope that I get quite a lot of attack stats. So as we kind of go through this, what we're looking for today is we're looking for attack, crit, crit damage. This one looks okay. So speed, attack, crit damage, and this last one doesn't really matter. I don't want to have effect resist though, because I can't really use effect resist on anyone, right? We started at 50k, we're down to 34,000, but I got a pretty decent piece. Max roll onto attack is an 8, max roll onto a crit damage is 7, so we got that. Max roll crit is 5, and we have effectiveness here. We're going to actually keep going with this. One problem that I find with Torrent set is it doesn't lend well to bruiser gear. This is really a set that's pigeonholed into you must be glass cannon, you must try and do as much damage as possible. So we're looking at things like Arbiter Vildred, we're looking at things like maybe Briar Witch Iseria, Astromancer Elena, maybe even like a martial artist Ken, I think would do well with it. Um, and with a Ken too, you don't have to be fast. So what you would want to do is ideally you would want to build up high damage, high defense, and then you want to go with a torrent set with a pen set with also like maybe even a resist set. I think will work well. If you can get that high level resist with other, requirements as well, since he doesn't need crit chance, now we're able to beef up his attack, beef up his crit damage, while also finding room for that effect resist. Someone like Astromancer Elena is also really good because you don't have to build a ton of speed on her. She boosts herself, which is really important, and it allows you to beef up a little bit more damage than you would be able to otherwise. So that's how you're going to build the Torrent set. Things like Arbiter Vildred, he's not really meant to live. Arbiter Vildred is meant to die. He's meant to S3, die, and then S3 again, which is a great way to bring him into a fight. Especially if you're going against Rimuru, bring him in, let Rimuru kill him. Like, hey, come on, bro, attack me all you want. And then next thing you know, he's just getting blasted, and it's all because the Rimuru gave him that extra S3 that he wouldn't have gotten normally. So we're going to keep going. Absolutely, maybe not going to get what I want, but I think this is a pretty good set. As you're rolling your gear, you're going to come across some pieces that are relatively the same. We see that we have a max rolling crit. We also have crit damage, attack, and defense. But this one has a much lower gear score than the one we already have. I'm not so desperate to avoid effectiveness that I'm going to accept a piece that's lower gear score. So keep this in mind as you're sort of rolling these pieces. What are you looking for? Pivot when you can pivot, because you might not get the exact perfect piece that you want, but try not to accept pieces that are much lower gear score just because you want to avoid a stat that is potentially problematic. Now, having said that, I never take uh, effectiveness and effect resist on the same piece because I find that you don't have any heroes that really want both of them to be very high. If you roll that piece and it rolls all into ER and into effectiveness, then what are you going to do with it? You're just wasting your gold, you're wasting all of your charms, and you're not going to get anything out of it. So keep that in mind, sort of as you're rolling these pieces, hope for the best, but pivot when you can, and always try and go up in gear score rather than go down, depending on what you're getting in your rolls. But I'm going to go ahead, we're going to keep going. I am almost done, 7,000, and then we're going to start rolling this piece of gear. The funny thing about rolling this gear is you just never know what you're going to get. I got almost an identical piece of gear, max crit chance, max crit damage, max effectiveness, and almost max, only 1 point off onto HP. So this is going to be an upgrade, a 2-point upgrade to what I already had. And you know what? We're just going to call it right here. I am totally done. You cannot get better than this. With any kind of gear that you're going to roll. Almost near perfect stats. So let's go in. We are going to finish this one up. What kind of gear can we get? So very first thing is let's look at the gear score that we already have. So we have a 7 into a attack. The speed doesn't count. 5 into crit. 7 into crit damage. And an 8 into effectiveness. We want to start with at least a 25. We got a 30, which is just amazing. Did I even count that right? That is a lot. A lot. Really, really good. But let's go in. We are going to roll this thing. Okay. So just like we said, guaranteed we are going to get rolls into effectiveness. We got a 13 into the crit damage. That was a +6. And we got a +8 into effectiveness, 16. This puts me at a 44. I only want to be at a 37 by this point. So this is rolling amazing. This is rolling like level 88 gear almost. It's insane. Very, very nice. Let's keep going. Ideally, what I want from here on out is I want at least one more roll into crit chance, but I don't get it. What I get is my dream stat, the stat that I'd love to get, the stat that I wanted to avoid, is effectiveness. At least we got an 8 and a 7, right? So this puts me at a 51. I only needed to be at a 43, so we're still in really good shape. Come on. Come on, bro. Give me one roll. One right here, +5. Pretty low roll onto attack. That's only a +12. We're at a 56, and I only needed to be at a 49. So while the overall gear score is really great, it didn't roll into what we wanted it to roll into. It rolled really high into effectiveness, which will give you good CP, but it's not really going to help us, build our Arbiter Vildred. Maybe I could use this on like a Briar Witch. Okay, well, we get an 8. That puts us at a 60. I wanted to get a 55. Overall, it was a pretty good piece. When we reforge this, we're going to get a +2. 4 makes 6. Plus another 3 is 9. And then 2 makes, 11 plus 1 is 12. So overall, what I consider to be reforging stats is +11. So think about where you want to be. I want to be at 66. I want at least 55 out of my gear. Then you get 11 from your reforging. We were at 60 and we got a 12. That's a 72, which is really good. We're going to do it, and we're going to find somebody for sure that we can use this on. But unfortunately, man, effectiveness. Effectiveness. What are they doing to me? Let's go ahead. We're going to go into the guild shop and we're going to start to buy it out. Make sure you're buying your Molagora every single week. We also have a nice, very nice speed set. So we are going to go in and look at these. Now this is generally not a damage speed set. This is going to be pretty random, honestly. Nice pair of boots. We get a health necklace, okay, and an attack ring. This is all over the place. What are we even going to do with this set? Let's buy it. We are going to level this set up. It'll be fun. I can't wait for everything to roll into effect resist, right? Oh my goodness. Let's see how this rolls. Some of these pieces can be really, really nice. Am I even close? All right, hey, we even have enough to start buying this stuff. And the frame. The Unknown Slate, really awesome piece. This will give you a imprint on any starting 5-star hero you want, including your limited heroes. So utilize this well. Try and go in and get some speed imprints. Try and go in and get some crit chance imprints. Those are going to help you out quite a lot. So what do we see here? When we're looking at this level 85 gear, level 88 gear, this is not even as good as the piece that we just got, is it? It's really not. Okay, so we start with a 28. It's okay. It's better than level 85. Not amazing for level 88. Let's go see what we get. All right, that was good. We got a +8 here. So that's going to bring us up to a 36. Now let's go ahead and bring it up to +6. Not bad. It's okay. That was a +5 roll. So we're at a 41 with a +6. Ideally, I want to be, at a 45 to a 47 by this point. But let's go in. Let's try. Let's see what else we're going to get. You can accept a little bit less with speed boots because you're getting so much speed out of it. That turns into a 45 at a +9. In level 85 gear, we want to be at a 43. So we're only barely better than level 85 gear. This is not great. It's not great. Maybe we get a big roll onto the +12. I think normally if I wasn't recording this, I would just be done at this point. I would just be done. But we get a 6. Is that a 6 roll? Wow. Max roll into crit. Did that save us? That puts us at a 54, which is it's pretty good. It's pretty good. We want a 55 in level 85 gear by the time you get to the maximum score. So, ideally what you would want is about 11 more than your level 85 gear. I would like to get a 60 gear score by this point. I'm only at a 54, and that's because I had low, not amazing rolls. But you know what? I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take it to 15. I do need boots. I do need speed boots. What I want to do here is avoid effect resist. Anything else will be good. And then, I'll probably take this and I'll mod this into like flat attack or something like that. Okay, crit chance. I like crit chance. Only a +3. That is an awful roll. Barely better than level 85 gear. It came out to a 59. I won a 66. So only a 59. Not amazing. This, I don't know what to do with this. All of this. I don't know. All of this is awful. We got a 7 and a 7, a 5 into speed. Very nice. And a 7. That puts us at a 31. This is where we want to be at a 31. Okay, so we get that +7 there. 14, that puts us at 38, so we're right on track. We need some speed rolls. There we go. That's a nice speed roll. That puts us at a 46. We want to be at a 47, so pretty good still. Speed. No speed. But that give us a 6. So that puts us at a 52. At a +9, I want to be at a 54. So we're getting to be right on track. I don't have anything else. Okay, ooh, that's pretty nice. +9. That gives us a 61. This is much better than those boots were. Much, much better. Maybe we just got lucky or bad luck on the boots. Okay, and we pull in a +3. So not amazing on that last roll, but we pull a 67. I want to have a 66, so we're on track. At a +12, you can put this on a really good bruiser type hero. You can put it on a debuffer, and I think that'll work pretty well. Not really a dedicated debuffer, because you're going to need a effect ring there. Next up, we have a health pair of necklace. Okay, so we have 7, 5 speed. We have crit chance. I don't like that. And then we have a 7 into effect resist. So that's going to put us at a 32. +5. That's awful. Six defense. It's okay. I would say if we can avoid the crit chance here, then we'll be in the best shape. Right now we're at a 46. We want to be at a 47, so it's pretty close. Okay, so that one gave us a +6, a +7. So now we're at 19. We're at 53 to +9. We want to be at 54, so not too bad. The biggest problem here is who you're going to use it on. Even if it rolls amazing, who in the world are you going to use this on? I would say at this point it's good. We have a 61. We want a 60. It's on track. Let's go ahead and finish it out. Those boots, though. The disappointment is so real on those boots. No crit, no crit. Okay, good. Whew. Nice. +7 roll. Is that a +7 roll? Oh, no, it's not. +4 roll. That's min. Very min. Very bottom min. This puts us at a 65 total gear score. We can maybe mod out this crit into something, still a usable piece, and still going to keep it. Next up, 7 and 7, 5, and that crit again. I don't want that crit, bro. Come on. But maybe you can use this on a bruiser piece. I have APOC Ravi onto a speed set because this is what I have. 9 into health, very nice. That puts us at a 16 max roll. 5 into crit chance. So now that's not quite a max roll. 6 is a max roll for level 88 gear. That puts us at a 48 at a +6. We want to be at a 47, so that's about on track. Okay, so for the health, we got a +6 roll there. That puts us at 22. So now you're looking at something like APOC Ravi. You're looking at something like a good bruiser who wants crit chance. If your shoe, for some reason, is not on to counter set, this might be something for her as well. Okay, +4 roll there. So that puts us at a 60. We want to be at a 60. Pretty good. Let's continue taking this up. Now, I think really it doesn't matter what it rolls into, does it? Definitely bruiser gear. Bruisers who want to crit, who want to do damage. +7 roll there puts us at a 67. We want to be at a 66. Completely avoided speed. That's okay. It's good. That's actually pretty good bruiser gear, honestly. It really is. So on this one, it's going to be the same thing, right? HP, defense, 5 speed. Now, I don't like what they did again. They didn't add the crit chance here. All of it is disjointed. You can't use this on a one hero. All of the sets in the past you were able to use on one hero, whichever hero that you wanted. And this one is just, it's not like that, right? So we started at a 31, now we're at a 37. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I don't know, it's just different. It feels different than past sets. I do like this is rolling much better than that old arena gear. That stuff was garbage. 2 + 3 rolls. So that puts us at a 49. At a +9, I want to be at a 54. So having these 2 low-ish rolls, not amazing. It'd be much better if these were +4 rolls. I mean, of course, right? Can I get some +4 rolls? That would be good. But not today. Let's see if I have something down here to use. There we go. 7 into defense. That turned out pretty good. 9 is the max roll. So at this point, we are at a 56. We wanted to be at a 60. So not amazing, but at this point, it's now better than level 85 gear, and you don't have to reforge it. You never know, maybe I'll get a max roll in the speed right here. +5 speed. Come on. I know you want to do it. You know you want to do it. Just do it. Just do it. Do it. Right now. Okay. Bruiser gear again. +6. Well, not really bruiser, is it? No, this is like... It's like Soul Weaver gear. Soul Weaver. 62. We want to be at a 66. This is basically like if you had rolled like a 51 and then you reforge that 51, then you would get 62. This is basically purple gear, heroic gear that you reforged without having to reforge it. That's exactly what that is, 100%. All right. Last piece, 7. We get a 7 into HP, 5 into speed, and then we have a 7 into effectiveness. So this one starts at a +31. And we get a +5, which is the bare minimum roll. On level 88 gear, it doesn't get lower than a +5. Almost pretty close to max roll there. That is a +8. Max roll is 9, so that puts us at 44. We want to be at 47, so we are behind. If this had been like a 7, we'd be in good space. +3. Not great. That puts us at a 50. So we want to be at a 54 here, and we're at a 50. So this is still going to be an upgrade for me, believe it or not. Okay, +7 roll there, so that puts us at a 22. So now we're at 57. We want to be at 60 for level 88 gear, but at this point, again, it rolled higher than you would at a +15 for level 85. So is that good? I don't know. I'm in the process of getting rid of a lot of my gear. Gear that I rolled as a noob, level 70 gear. So even though this isn't amazing stuff, it's still stuff that's good enough to give me an upgrade to some of the things that I already have going on. 31 into attack. That's a +9. 31 to attack. 66 max roll. Saves the day. Woo. Whoa, man. That's good. You could use this onto like a Summertime Iseria. You can use it onto like a Silver Blade Aramantha. You can use this onto something like a Kawazu. That would work out really nice as well. This is pretty good. Saved it. Avoided HP. Went into attack. Very nice. You know what else you could possibly do with this? You know, even though it has effectiveness, you know, you can mod this to flat attack or something like that, and you can put it onto Hua Young. I think that would also work very well in that situation. So you can kind of see, you know, even though it doesn't roll into exactly what you want, there are ways to get around these different things. You can put 6% crit chance on it, and now suddenly it becomes a pretty decent beast for an attacker, even though you don't have crit damage. You could, I don't have any flat attack ones, but you could mod it out into a flat attack, and it'll probably give you like 100, like 99 to 100, something like that, and that would be pretty good. So now that we've rolled this Torrent set, let's look at how to utilize it. We see Arbiter Vildred here. This is how I normally run him. I try and run him at a medium speed with high damage because I want to get those kills. But now that we have Torrent set, we could possibly add a little bit more speed here and also keep a very good amount of damage. So how is this going to look? When I look at 100 attack, that's worth about 15 on crit damage, damage-wise. I mean, you could really narrow it down if you wanted to, but this is basically how I look at it. So when I'm looking at this kind of gear, we see that his overall damage is going to go down, but we're going to get 10% increased damage through the Torrent set. So overall, it's going to be an increase because you have the Torrent set, giving you a little bit more. We can probably further refine this a little bit by looking at a different kind of necklace. We need one with about 17, so something like this one would probably work out pretty well. Something like this. Now we see way too low. Not going to be good enough. Let's go ahead. We'll look at the rings. Something along the lines of a +11 or a +12. Let's narrow it down to speed set here. Now at my Sid level, this would be pretty good upgrade. The problem is I don't want to nerf my Sid. Maybe something like this Spectre Tenebria would be good. 4,000 attack, 300 crit damage. This would be a very good set. And also it increases his CP, which is always nice, right? Now if we look at Briar Witch, she doesn't do enough damage. Once they changed her S3 to no longer be a damage-based S3, now I have so much problems with her trying to really hit hard. So let's go in, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to see if we can get some upgrades onto her. Okay, and she's a little bit over. So while maintaining, you know, she'd probably get, to be honest, it's about the same, right? This is not going to be really too much different than it already was. Let's move this down a bit. It looks okay. So not drastically upgraded. Arbiter Vildred will probably use this set a lot better. We need to have, I'm going to try and get up to like 4,000 attack while keeping the speed and everything else about the same. I can even go a little bit lower speed on her to be honest, because when I typically bring her into a fight, she only has to be there so the enemy can't resurrect. So this is something that just having her on the field has an amazing major impact. Then her damage is sort of going to be secondary. So this is something that I'm going to work on, but I think that for right now, Arbiter Vildred is probably going to be the best choice. Maybe if I build Closer Charles, that might be something else I look into. But right now I don't use him. because his animation is horrible. No, I'm just kidding. I don't cleave very much, so I don't have to use him. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope that you had a good time, and I hope that you at least picked up the way that I roll gear so you can incorporate some of these things into your own game. Give me a like so other people just like you can find this video. Until next time, happy hunting and good luck on your battles.